WWE is laying a smackdown on the entertainment world right now. Royal Rumble just shattered attendance records with over 60,000 tickets sold. And add to that the jaw-dropping 4.9 million viewers for the Netflix debut of Monday Night Raw, and you can't help but to think that there's something special happening here. Appearances from influencers like Logan Paul, Kai Cenat, and IShowSpeed are putting the brand in front of a whole new generation, and massive sold-out arenas are being treated to electrifying performances every weekend. Is WWE entering a new golden era? Maybe, but the road to get here has been anything but easy. WWE is a long-standing tradition, every bit as American as apple pies and Ford trucks. Founded by Vince McMahon Sr. in 1953, it started as a small brand called the Capital Wrestling Corporation and was really nothing more than a regional arm of a larger promoter. But Vince was tenacious. Over the decades to follow, he grew the brand exponentially until it became its own independent entity. Then in the 80s, Vince Sr. passed ownership to his son, Vince Jr. Decades now, WWE has been woven into the fabric of American culture. Whether it's the Hulk slamming giants in the 80s, or The Rock beating down jabronis in the 90s, or John Cena laying down five-knuckle shuffles in the 2000s, WWE has created icons that define generations. But like any great wrestling storyline, conflicts has to rear its ugly head. By the 2000s, WWE had started to lose some of its spark. The glory days were over. Gone was the golden era of the 80s and the beloved attitude era of the 90s, and instead there was the PG era, which was soft, cringy, and honestly it was just too PG, and the ratings said it all. From WWE's early 2000s peak to 2024, viewership on its home at USA Network had dropped by more than half. Things were getting bleak. Then something happened that threatened the very existence of the once unshakable brand. In 2022, a slew of allegations were made against Vince McMahon Jr., the company's longtime chairman, revolving around sexual misconduct and hush money payments. Suddenly, the man who built WWE into a global empire was forced to step down. It was a fiasco, trust me, and if you want to learn more, there's a couple documentaries about it like Mr. McMahon on Netflix and Vice's The Dark Side of the Ring. Anyway, dramatic changes were made to leadership as WWE scrambled to respond to the controversy and rebuild the brand without its most important piece. There was even talk of selling, and for a moment, the future of WWE was uncertain. But against all odds, the pieces started to fall back into place. The tides turned for WWE when they made these key changes. First, there's the emergence of Triple H as the new head of creative. When Triple H took over WWE's creative reins in 2022, the focus shifted back to wrestling with long-term storytelling and rivalries that gave fans a reason to stay invested and keep tuning in week after week. Matches felt bigger, characters had depth, and the product overall just felt better. Then in 2023, WWE actually did get sold. They made a deal with Endeavor Group Holdings in which they merged with UFC and formed a powerhouse sports entertainment company called TKO. This deal was an absolute game changer, and the combined firepower of the group opened the doors to bigger international markets, bigger live events, and a 10-year, $5 billion deal with Netflix to stream Monday Night Raw live every week. Alright, now, you might be asking, what the hell does any of this have to do with marketing? Well, to that, I'd say everything. It's all marketing, and I'll break it down for you. First, there's the freedom that WWE gained from the new Netflix partnership. Now, all advertising is completely controlled by WWE and Netflix. There's no cutting away from the fight for pharmaceutical or insurance commercials. Instead, they show the viewers things like WWE merch ads, promos for upcoming Netflix specials, and brands with strong WWE tie-ins like Fortnite and cricket. Then there's new creative direction under Triple H, like we talked about, which any brand should be watching and learning from because honestly, it's damn near perfect. WWE has embraced social media like never before and is using to hone in new audiences with levels of access that never would have happened before. Behind the scenes content, direct fan interaction, and scroll-stopping viral moments are generating millions of impressions and building a powerful sense of community. People who love WWE really love WWE, and it's because of the connection, and part of that has to be built with social media. And just going back to a quick point, I mean, the talent also benefits from a more flexible, collaborative environment, making WWE a better place to work. And perhaps the biggest game changer, influencers. By bringing in names names like Logan Paul and creating relationships with streamers like iShowSpeed and Kai Cenat, WWE is grabbing the eye of a whole new generation of audience. I mean, the week before Royal Rumble, they featured Kai on Monday Night Raw in Atlanta and invited him out to the big show the next weekend. I was literally there. Can you imagine how many new fans they made just from that move? Total advertising control, celebrity crossovers, and killer social media content are making WWE more mainstream than ever. Now, with all of these changes, WWE has re-established itself as a dominant force in entertainment. Ticket sales are soaring, live events are bigger than ever, and streaming numbers are breaking records. The 4.9 million live views that watched the opening night of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, well, that's 116% of what the average was in 2024 before the Netflix era. Longtime fans are finally getting the high-quality storytelling and in-ring action they've been craving, and the next generation is discovering WWE through influencers and viral content. But perhaps the biggest success, WWE feels exciting again. It's all back in full force, and the company has taken its past struggles and turned them into fuel for an even brighter future. And the momentum isn't slowing down anytime soon. 2025 is shaping up to be a historic year for WWE, with some of the biggest events in company history lined up. The Royal Rumble at Lucas Oil Stadium just shattered attendance records. With 60,000 tickets sold, it was the biggest Royal Rumble ever, and it marks WWE's first Royal Rumble on Netflix. Elimination Chamber is headed to Toronto, giving Canadian fans a rare hometown spectacle. Then there's WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, John Cena's final WrestleMania match, making it a can't-miss moment in WWE history. These mind-blowingly huge events just keep coming, and the golden era, I think, is here. For marketers, I just want to say that if WWE can reinvent itself and dominate a new era, so can your brand. Just follow their playback, leverage influencers, build your community, and create unforgettable experiences.